Rates are shifting again, and if you're in the middle of a commercial real estate or franchise project, every basis point matters. Today, Beau breaks down the latest SBA 504 rates for October, what's driving them, and how business owners can lock in their best deal before the next move. Hey, Beau, how's it going?
Going well, going well. Thanks for having me.
So, what are the current fixed rates on the 20-year and the 25-year SBA 504 loans?
Great. So rates are down again. So 25-year debenture is at 5.92. The 20-year debenture is at 5.98. And then the Made in America initiative. So if you have a manufacturing business and it's in a certain NAICS code, your rate is as low as 5.68. So if you're in a manufacturing type of business, you get it. That's about 20 basis points off the actual rate if you're in that manufacturing sector. So that's pretty good. They're also waiving the upfront fee, which is about 0.5% if you're in a manufacturing type of business. So if you're in those realms or looking for a business in that realm, there's some great opportunities because rates are pretty attractive in the 504 market right now.
So, how does inflation data and the Fed's recent stance impact long-term SBA rates?
Well, I think the rates are going to continue to go down because our economy is kind of rocky, right? And so they always seem to that when the economy is getting a little bit shifty, the rates seem to come down to stimulate the economy. At least that's what it feels like. And so I would imagine that we're going to see additional rate cuts. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think in the residential mortgage space, you're seeing a little bit of rates coming down. I think they're going to continue to push for lower rates. So I think that's a little bit of a saving grace for the economy. I think it'll, I see a little bit of a slowdown as far as banks being more conservative right now. But the positive is that even the Wall Street Journal Prime went from 7.5, it's moved down to 7.25. So that's based on the Wall Street Journal Prime, which is the 7A loans. So I think rates will continue for the next 12, 18 months on a downward trend. I don't know how low they'll go. And if you're in the manufacturing world, they're pushing to get larger loan proceeds. So before you could only do a $5 million max loan. Well, now you might be able to do a $10 million max loan. So even on a 7A loan, you're capped at 5. If you're in the NAICS code and part of this Made in America initiative, then those loans can go to 10 million. So on a 504, that's just the second. So in theory, you're going to be able to do a lot bigger loans. So we'll see how it all plays off. Because even though it's there, banks have to buy into it and actually write these loans as well.
So, are 504 loans still more attractive than 7A loans for real estate heavy deals?
They are. The pricing is always better. The difference is it's a little bit heftier upfront fees, which are usually wrapped in the loan, and you have a longer prepayment penalty. So if you believe that rates are going to come down or you're doing some sort of value add project, then you might want to do a 7A if a 7A, if the project, a lot of these projects will be funded by a 504 7A. Obviously, if it's way over $5 million, you're probably going to do a 504 because 504 is a first and a second versus being capped at 5 million on a 7A. But really, the 7A, in my opinion, is an easier process because it's only one underwriting process versus two. So the bank can underwrite the whole SBA 7A deal in-house, and the deal never goes to SBA. Now, the one thing we have to talk about is that we have a government shutdown, which means if it's a loan already way down in progress and they have a loan number, that can still fund. But loans that don't have a loan number right now, they could be delayed, and we don't know what that delay is going to look like.
So, what should borrowers do this month if they're sitting on the fence about moving forward?
Well, we're still underwriting deals. Obviously, if it's going to SBA for underwriting, that's probably not going to get underwritten because they're probably not there. But if it's a 7A loan, yeah. But regardless, wherever you're at, get your file ready. Get it to the bank. They're going to be doing they usually underwrite the file first and then send it to the CDC, who essentially packages up for the SBA for the 504. So if it's a 7A, 504, you should still be getting ready because if there's a little bit, once the government opens back up, there's probably going to be a slowdown just to get things because everybody's going to be pushing to get a deal done. So you're better off moving forward and taking advantage of the rates.
All right. Well, great. Markets shift, but opportunity favors action. If you're planning to acquire or refinance a property under the 504 program, now might be your window. Beau can help you assess your timing and lender options. And if you want to get into a business, expand your business, or find the right franchise, visit bookwithbeau.com. Thanks, Beau.
If you're a solopreneur or small business owner, listen closely. Business growth isn't about working harder. It's about building smarter systems. It's about automation. And that's exactly what Go High Level Buyer helps you do. Build your funnel, automate your follow-up, manage your team, all in one place. Click the link below, activate your trial, and see how much more efficient, automated, and profitable your business can be in just 30 days.
Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.